Isn't that comforting? He's with you. Well, if he's with me, what can he do? He is mighty to save. He's powerful. He's with you. And whatever need you have, he has the power and ability to save. Yeah, but would he help someone like me? He will take great delight in you. Would you circle the word delight in your notes? Just to get involved in the... He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Would you put a little squiggly line under rejoice over you? So you need to get an accurate view of God. Think great thoughts about God, but you got to think great thoughts about yourself. Do you get up in the morning and with all the things that you're going through, and do you look at the mirror and see all the things that are wrong? I don't mean the physical mirror. I mean the psychological mirror. I mean how you tend to just unconsciously do that self-talk to yourself. Or do you wake up in the morning and your eyes open up, and what would happen if Zephaniah 3:17 came down? And before, you haven't moved, you haven't prayed, you haven't shaved, you haven't showered, and it was, I'm with you today. I delight in you. Whatever happens today, I'm going to quiet you with my love. I'm mighty to save. The moment you have a need, I will be here. I delight in you. You are valuable. You are precious. I'm going to save your tears in a bottle. I know all your days. I know every hair on your head. You matter so much to me. I sent Jesus, my son, to pay for your sin. You are the object of my affection. Can you imagine what that would do for how you think about yourself and how you live your life if you believe that? You see, we got to think great thoughts about God, about ourselves, and about others. I love the passage in 1 Samuel 16:7. It's the prophet has been told, Jesse, one of his boys, is going to be the next king. And so the prophet goes and he sees this big hulk of a guy, and he's good looking and a head taller, and he thinks, well, I guess this is the guy. And the Lord speaks to him and says, Samuel, do not consider his appearance or the height of his stature, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at things the way a man looks at things. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. And you might jot down 2 Corinthians 5:16. It's really, 5:17, we kind of know the verse, if any man be in Christ, new creature. 5:16, he says, Paul will say, even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, now we know him thus no longer, and therefore we judge no man according to the flesh. See, I want to learn to look and think about other people the way God thinks about them. And so I have little 3x5 cards because I can't keep things straight, and I write them. And I don't try and memorize them. I used to try and memorize them, and I felt all this pressure. I just read them over. And I end up memorizing them, but it seems, I don't know why, but it just seems a little less legalistic and a little less like I'm, banging myself in the head. I just read them over. Just read them over and enjoy them. And I have a 3x5 card that says, I long to look at people the way that you look at people, Jesus. Not by their outward appearance, status, ability, or wealth, but by their heart.